make life creative.
We'll be getting there in an hour.
Where's my string? Do we have tomorrow off?
Anybody know how many people tonight? Here's the Setlist. This was so much fun.
Pretty much I try to stay focused, especially when I'm on the road, because there's really the two things, you know. One of them is the unit, you know, how the unit is doing, the band, and then the whole entire unit. And if everyone is in good spirits and the vibe is good, then that's majorly important, you know. If that's off, then tensions are created and things start to kind of fall apart. But then there's the relationship of just what's happening, you know, with me in the music every night, you know, where it's taking me, you know. If things aren't changing, then I feel something's wrong, you know, and then I have to do what I can to try to make it so that I feel that things are moving, you know. So I find if I kind of sit around and play video games and watch TV, you know, and then I just and then I try to go out and do a show, I feel kind of like, I don't know, there's nothing really going on with me, the music, there's nothing really going to be going on with the music.
Running from the park, sleeping out in the rain, from falling down the drain, feeling drained from the main, mutilated, disease, disaster, deficient and dead, raging waves with no names, throwing face, place and blame. Hyper judging all the time, lost my mind on the train, running from the insane. Children talk to blow their brains out in the holy name, running for fame where everybody knows your name, knows your name. I'm running the same vein, empty shadows splattered, nothing matters anyway. Running for something to say, looking for meaning and truth, running from afraid. It's the great escape. I got to sneak away. When they look away, we'll just fade away. Carry me in your memory. If I should pass away before the break of day. Like the light life, happy clouds fluff, hazy bright sunny days bumping, fly a kite down. What if I can make it right? The hinge door swings both ways, night and day. Joy that goes away, things seem to sway, nothing stays the same. Even in this madness we will survive. Even in the madness we will survive. It's the great escape. Got to sneak away. When they look away, we'll just fade away. Carry me in your memory. If I should pass away before the break of day. I'm running through the woods, and I'm running my whole life, running like I should. I'm running for survival, I'm running from the rifle, I'm running from the Bible, blood libels and false idols. Craziness inside me, afraid to peek through the bushes and see. Locked down, reality, behind barbed wire with no key. I'm running, it's the great escape. Got to sneak away. When they look away, we'll just fade away. Carry me in your memory. If I should pass away before the break of day.
Going on tour with your family is fun. It's fun as hell. But there's a crib there and strollers and kids' diapers, and it's a disaster.
Tonight on Ovation TV, it's a Bonefish Grill Notes from the Road.
An Ovation TV original program premiering Sunday. Brought to you by Infinity, luxury cars that inspire at every turn.
Well, last summer we went out with 2 buses. So I had a bus with my wife, and I have 2 boys, and they all came out for the whole summer. So that was the family bus, and it was, you know, kids, you know, toys all over the place and cribs. The shower was made into a bedroom for the baby. The baby was like 1 year old. Strollers and kids' diapers, and, you know, it's a disaster. Going on tour with your family is fun. It's fun as hell. My son, the older one, who was 2 at the time, we had little kids' drums for him, these little red drums, and we'd set him up on stage and he'd play. And a couple of times we brought him out, you know, on the center of the stage, and he's playing with the drummer behind him. He's like playing all the hits, and, you know, 2 years old, the big headphones. So there's some things about it that's great. You know, it's hard to be away from your family and stuff, but it's definitely hard to have, you know, kids running around at all hours, you know, in such a small space.
There is a place in the bottom of the soul. It's the bread of destitution. Heart splash flat like dough. When there is no solution, you with no words to hold hopes, questions or solutions. Bedrock of a river that flowed. No past, present, future. We are men of nature. We are made from the earth. At the end of my 80, I'll return to the dirt. Just sand, just rock, dry land, vast and silent, only being, only breathing. We're just children of believers. Like fire and water, be strong with compassion. In the morning we're born everlasting. Like the burn by the sea, bending with the wind which knocks it down time and again. We remain and sting till into the break of day carries us away. As we sway through the phases of each generation, we leave our trace and then leave this station. Be as France fantasy fades, no hope, unnamed, unspoken. She walks through this phase. Our dry land has cracked and broken. We came to taste the rain. We're just widows and orphans, not afraid to feel the pain or to leave behind our notions. Bathe the showers, touch the tension, held the howl, climb the mountain, heal the cold and kiss the frozen. Read the dreams in this here dungeon. We are men of nature. We are made from the earth. At the end of my 80, I'll return to the dirt. Just sand, just rock, dry land, past the silent, only breathing, only being. We're just children of believers. There is fire in these leaves and they fall naturally. I'm not afraid to face these seasons, cause times change, there's no one to blame, even when the day is leaving. Well, you rise in the morning like a lion cub, well, you just lay there bleeding. When the time has come, return to the kingdom. Close my eyes and be screaming freedom. nature, we are made from the earth. At the end of my 80, I'll return to the dirt. Just sand, just rock, land, that's the silent, only breathing. We're just children of believers. We are men of nature, we are made from the earth. At the end of my 80, I'll return to the dirt. Just sand, just rock, dry land, that's the silent, only breathing. Just children of believers. We are men of nature, we are made from the earth. At the end of my 80, I'll return to the dirt. Just sand, just rock, dry land, that's the silent, only breathing. We're just children of believers. Just sand, just rock, dry land, just sand, dry rock, dry land, Thanks.
You go to sleep on a bus, you wake up in the morning in a parking lot, and then you don't necessarily even get a chance to take in like what's going on there.
Nobody but his majesty. My spirit, you'll be a tree for you right way. Silently, it seems that you believe in me.
For years, it was known as a city of urbanization and industrialization. But the Society Women of Early Chicago set out to change that image through fashion. The Chicago History Museum chronicles the progression of the city's high fashion, from ornate gowns to modern designer masterpiece.com/myart. Ovation TV. Make life creative.
What it's all about is coming into contact with people, with fans, and with people that dig the music, and are into it. And the way I see it, it's a huge part of it. It's about interaction. So that happens on stage. It happens when we pull people from the audience onto the stage. A lot of times we'll pull, 100, 200 kids up onto the stage, and the stage will be flooded with kids, so that around each musician is just wall-to-wall kids, and kids are taking pictures and stuff and putting it, on their MySpace or whatever. And the band, no one in the band can see each other. So at that point, in terms of communication, there's no more even eye contact. You can't hear each other, you can't see each other. So it's all about, what everybody's feeling. I guess this is probably the biggest issue that I think a touring musician or a person on tour has is, you go to sleep on a bus, you wake up in the morning in a parking lot, somewhere, you go into a venue, you set up, you do your show, you get back, you go back onto the bus or the dressing room, and you go to the next place, and then night after night, and then you don't necessarily even get a chance to take in like what's going on there, who are the people there, what's the city, what's the vibe, And I think one way to do it is to definitely go out and meet the fans.
Digging through the rubble and above and now we don't need no more trouble. Double telescope vision, hot, listen like I'm running amok up on a rhythm. Step on the path so you don't lose the vision. Stand sizzling, pin the pattern from my brand. Your black is from my ceiling, feeling it. You're breathing it, so put on your glasses and see through. Nobody but his majesty. My spirit you retrieve, for you I wait. Silently it seems that you believe. Feel nobody but his majesty. My spirit you retrieve, for you I wait. Silently it seems that you believe. Some of them running like a rat on a wheel. Trying to find a no deal. Who is there? Take it from a meal. This world is real on the heels of a final generation. Remember that day in November, standing on the roof and I'm feeling so tender. All shook up like I've been in the blender. Fend off the demons in the park after dark. Lend me your hands, I want to be a member. Spent so much and now I'm rendered dead. Men these ones we got to find a common thread. Wanna fly in the sky but you're heavy like fear nobody but his majesty. My spirit you retrieve, for you I wait. Silently it seems that you believe in me. Fear nobody but his majesty. My spirit you retrieve, for you I wait. Silently it seems that you believe. Just a tool in the hands of the builder. Build them with the strength to go further. Digging deep for eternal treasure. Stay away from trips and the false pleasures. They might speak with arrogance. Obedience like a lion lurking in the mist. They surround and they gaze their fixed. Grab the rope of God's heritage. Feel nobody but his majesty. My spirit you retrieve, for you I wait. Silently it seems that you believe in me. Feel nobody but his majesty. My spirit you retrieve, for you I wait. Silently it seems that you believe in me. Release me from their schemes, my distress you will relieve. Guard me on a path that's dark and slippery. They seek deception and futility, but I stand with integrity and I sneak to the roof of that building. I don't want nobody here to see me say that I'm living in a fantasy, but I believe if I dig deep and I bleed in sincerity. Won't you utterly remove a cloud hanging over me? Won't you wave a decree in the shade of your wings? Shelter me from the wicked who have plundered me, from my mortal enemy. Won't you shield me?
I was listening to Bob Marley, and that was so inspirational for me. Naturally, I wanted to like look like Bob Marley.
So high, so low. I don't know where, but we got to go there.
I had dreadlocks when I was 14. I kind of started becoming, I guess, what you would call a hippie, you know, kind of. And getting into music a lot, that was a big part of it. You know, the music was kind of opening me up a lot. I was listening to Bob Marley, and that was so inspirational for me to listen to that music. So naturally, I wanted to like look like Bob Marley. You know, the first thing probably that caught me was just the sounds, and then, you know, the next thing was like a lot of the imagery. You know, seeing the Star of David and the Lion of Judah, and like a lot of these kind of symbols that kind of resonated with me, because I remember seeing them in other contexts, like in Hebrew school, let's say, but in a completely, obviously in a completely different light. The way it was presented to me in Hebrew school, this idea of like being proud of your culture or knowing where you come from, and the wisdom from the times before, it was presented in a way that was, you know, it didn't amount to anything truthful to me. It didn't feel real. Then to see Bob Marley singing and saying lyrics like, you know, there's obviously the song Exodus, you know, movement of the people, we live in Babylon, we're going to the promised land, Exodus, you know, so that's obviously taken from the Bible, from the Torah. So his music drew great inspiration from, you know, the same roots where I come from, you know, and my history comes from, which is out of the Torah. And that was one of the things that started to like pull me into becoming open to this idea of there being something truthful or something real, like in my own history.
When the time is right, I'll leave this place tonight. Just leave everything behind. It's time to face my life. But tread a path across that gap, a slap back, do it back in time. Is anyone on the other side? Seeking you might find. So high, so low. I don't know where, but we got to go there. So high, so low. I don't know, but we got to go there. Why not give up, buck up, drop down? Why not lie down and never wake up? Give in to the ground and don't give up. Didn't get up. Who gives up? She gets frozen in time behind her enemy lines. In the nighttime, she stands by the highway. Which way's the right way? Walking through this world on a tightrope by memory. With every step you take, you make 1 million miles. So buckle up. It's gonna be a bumpy ride now. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. So high, so low. I don't know where, but we got to go there. So high, so low. I don't know, but we got to go there. I am searching for the shade of the tree. I heard about it from a tune in the breeze. Say it exists at the side of the road, but which road? Nobody was told. All I know is I must find a road that leads where nobody goes. Where I Thank you.
Woke up that morning and I saw it and I just put it on my head. And I was like looking in the mirror and I was like, it's not that bad really, you know.
Ovation TV presents happenings at the Museum of Contemporary Art, Los Angeles. MoCA presents Martin Kippenberger, The Problem Perspective, the first major United States retrospective of the provocative German artist. One of the most influential artists of our time, Kippenberger produced a complex and richly prolific body of work from the mid-1970s until his untimely death in 1997 at the age of 44. The comprehensive exhibition captures Kippenberger's artistic passion and wit, with works drawn from popular culture, politics, history, and his own life. The extensive exhibition delves into the many styles of Kippenberger's varied body of work, an all-encompassing experience into the mind of this important contemporary artist. Martin Kippenberger, The Problem Perspective, on view at MoCA Grand Avenue in the
Ovation TV week-long event beginning Sunday on Ovation TV. Make life creative.
Hey, we're The Bravery. Watch us on Bonefish Grill's Notes from the Road, only on Ovation TV.
Probably around the year 2001. It was after the Twin Towers, you know, after what had happened there. It was that fall, and I was starting to get more into being religious. And different things were kind of pushing or pulling me in different directions, but I was starting to get more into it. And then one of the rabbis, I had taken a class on Hasidic philosophy, and he gave me a yarmulke. So my family was driving to Florida because my mother's mother was passing, she was dying, she had cancer. So we were going to drive down there to see her. I had the yarmulke, and then for some reason I just woke up that morning and I saw it and I just put it on my head. And then I was looking in the mirror and I was like, it's not that bad really, you know. And then I just wore it downstairs. I walked downstairs. My parents probably saw it and were probably just like, oh, here we go, something else, you know. And I got in the car and then we drove, and then I remember getting out of a gas station in North Carolina, walking into the deli area with the yarmulke on my head, you know, and feeling what that felt like, you know. And it felt to me like I had found something, like I had found some part of myself that I was not attached to before.
Sit back and remember my way. Oh, will I ever get out of my cage? Yes, I'm a slave, searching for some freedom, searching for some freedom. So I intend to sing them songs to spark memory of what is a man with no history. Who am I? Where am I? What is this place? We're just spinning in space. I will be lying. I will be lying. I will be lying. I will be lying. Time will continue without you. So in the end, it's not about you, but what did you do? Who do you love besides you? Beside you. Many died in the name of vanity. Many died in their mind's eye for justice. We died for you and still do. So I say to you, this is nothing new. I will be lying. Oh, yo, 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 yo. I will be lying. Oh, yo, 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 yo. I will be lying. Oh, yo, 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 yo. I will be lying. Oh, yo, 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 yo. One tiny moment in time for life to shine, shine. Burn away the darkness. You got one tiny moment in time for light to shine, to shine, to burn away the darkness. You got one tiny moment in time for life to shine, to burn away the darkness. You got one tiny moment in time for life to shine, to burn away the darkness. You got one tiny moment in time for life to shine, to burn away the darkness. And one tiny moment in time for life to shine, to burn away the darkness. You got one tiny moment in time for life to shine, to burn away the darkness. You got one tiny moment in time for life to shine, to burn away the darkness. I say, oh my yeah, my yeah, my oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yo, 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 yo. I will be lying. Oh, yo, 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 yo. I will be lying. Oh, yo, 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 yo. I will be lying. Oh, yo, 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 yo. I will be lying, 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 oh, oh, yo, 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 yo. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Thank you.
I came to the studio and we wrote the song, they turned it on, the beat came, the music came on. I sat there and in 12 minutes was just...
Watch this video, my love will be a hole in the ceiling. Give myself to you from there, sing to my bacon and I sing to my God. Songs of love and healing, I want Matisyahu now. Time and starts of eating.
Bonefish Grill.
King Without a Crown was one of the first songs that I wrote, and I was still in yeshiva. I had been there for almost about 2 years, and friends of mine had introduced me to a producer in Philadelphia who had a studio. There was a melody that I had been thinking, and I sang him the melody, and he played it, and we built the beat there, and we just built the track there. And then, you know, in about maybe 12 minutes, I wrote the lyrics for the song. It kind of came out of me like a flash because I hadn't been listening to music or writing music for about 2 years. You know, I was in yeshiva and I was just learning Torah and using a whole different aspect of my brain that I had never been. No creativity really, you know. So this was like I came to the studio and we wrote the song, they turned it on, the beat came, the music came on. I sat there and in 12 minutes was just, you know, just... And that was the song that eventually became King Without a Crown.
be close to you. Yes, I'm so hungry, you're like water for my soul when it gets thirsty. Without you, there's no me. You're the air that I breathe. Sometimes the world is dark and I just can't see. With the demons battling around to make me down to negativity. But I believe, yes, I believe, I said I believe. Stand up on 2 feet, my feet blood down on one knee. I fight with all of my might to get these demons to flee. Our sun's rays, fire blaze, burn bright, and I believe. Our sun's rays, fire blaze, burn bright, and I believe. And the darkness comes light, twilight to the heights, crown heights, you're burning up, out to the twilight. Thank you to my God, finally got it right now. I fight with all of my heart and all my soul, all my mind. What's this feeling? My love will rip a hole in the ceiling. Give myself to you from there since my beginning. I sing to my God, songs of love and healing. I want me, she got now. Time it starts revealing. What's this feeling? My love will rip a hole in the ceiling. Myself to you from there since my beginning. I sing to my God, songs of love and healing. I want me, she got now. Stripping away the anchors and reveal your soul. Give yourself up, then you become whole. Slave to yourself and them don't even know. They want to live that fast life, but your brain moves slow. Trying to stay high, you're bound to be low. Want God, but you can't inflate your ego. You're already there, there's no place to go. And the cup's already full, it's bound to overflow. You're drowning in the water and you can't stay afloat. Ask God for mercy, I don't thought you were broke. Looking for help from God, you say, gonna be found. Searching up to the sky, looking beneath the ground like a king without his crown. You keep falling down, and I really want to live, but gonna get rid of your frown. You're trying to reach onto the heights and while down, bound on the ground, giving up your pride. Then you heard the sound, and the night comes day, and the day comes light. Not a fight to the one lights are lighting away. Make room for his love, fire gone blaze. Make room for his love, and a fire gone blaze. What's this feeling? My love will rip a hole in the ceiling. Give myself to you from there since my beginning. I sing to my God, songs of love and healing. I want me, she got now. Time it starts a beating. What's this feeling? My love will rip a hole in the ceiling. Myself to you from there since my beginning. I sing to my God. And I seen it circling around upon the mountain thunder. You feel it on your chest. You keep my mind at ease and my soul and resting and vex. I look to the sky where my hand come from. And I seen it circling around upon the mountain thunder. You feel it in your chest. Yama yaga yo, mama yama yo. I said I look to the sky where my hand come from. And I seen it circling around upon the mountain thunder. You feel it in your, I feel it in your mama. Oh. Myself to you now from the essence of my beginning. I sing to my songs and love and healing. I want me, she got now. God bless. Peace.
Hi, I'm Matisyahu. To see more exclusive footage of me, check out the new website on ovationtv.com.